There's a version of you that existed before you became everybody's everything. Before the career, before the family WhatsApp group, before you started saying, I'm fine on autopilot. She's still in there. You just haven't had time to check on her in about 10 years. Think back to before you left. Before the visa, before the airport, before you became the one who made it. There was a girl who had opinions about things that had nothing to do with being useful. Who had a favorite song not because it was productive, but because it made her feel something. Who took up space without apologizing for it. That girl did not disappear when you boarded the plane. She just got very, very quiet. When you move abroad as an Indian woman, something shifts that nobody prepares you for. You arrive in a new country and immediately become two things at once: the family's investment and your own survival project. You work harder than everyone around you because you feel like you have to earn your right to be there. You don't call in sick, you don't ask for help, you don't take the afternoon off. You make yourself indispensable because somewhere deep down you believe that being needed is the same as being safe. Nobody forgets themselves all at once. It happens in increments, so small you don't notice until one day you're sitting in your flat on a Tuesday evening and someone asks what you do for fun and you genuinely don't know. The hobby you dropped because you got too busy. The book you've been meaning to read for 3 years. The doctor's appointment you rescheduled so many times, the receptionist knows your name, the friendships that became maintenance rather than joy. You didn't lose yourself in one dramatic moment. You misplaced yourself one small compromise at a time. And then there is the particular exhaustion of being an Indian woman abroad. You exist in a permanent in-between. Too westernized for your family back home who think you have forgotten where you came from. Not Western enough to fully let go of the guilt, the obligation, the voice in your head that sounds exactly like your mother. You perform for both audiences. You code switch between who you are on a Monday morning in the office and who you are on a Sunday evening video call with your parents. Neither version is fully you, and keeping both performances going costs more than anyone ever sees. Your body notices what your mind has learned to ignore. The cycle that stopped being regular around the same time your life stopped being your own. The hair falling out the year you took on the promotion, and the long distance relationship, and the ailing parent all at once. The anxiety that lives in your chest on Sunday evenings. The sleep that doesn't refresh you no matter how many hours you get. We have a habit of treating these things as inconveniences to be managed rather than messages to be heard. Your body is not malfunctioning, it is communicating. It has been communicating for years. We just got very good at not listening. There is something that happens around 35 that Indian women abroad describe as a quiet crisis. It is not a breakdown, it is more like a reckoning. The noise gets loud all at once, the biological clock from every direction, parents who are getting older and asking when you are coming home, a career that demands everything and still feels hollow, and underneath all of it, a question she has been pushing away for a decade. When did I last do something just for me? Not for my parents, not for my career, not for the relationship, just for me. Most women cannot answer it, not because they are ungrateful or difficult, but because they were never taught that the question was allowed. Here is what we want you to hear. You are not lost, you have not become someone else. What happened is much simpler and much harder than that. You got buried under the expectations and the moves and the proving yourself and the performing and the holding it together. The woman you were before all of this, the one with opinions and preferences and a sense of herself that had nothing to do with being useful. She's still there, buried, yes, but not gone. And the thing about buried things is that they are still alive. You don't need a plan. You don't need a retreat or a diagnosis or permission from someone who loves you. You just need to start treating your own life as something that belongs to you. The Indian women who find their way back to themselves don't do it with a dramatic gesture. They do it quietly. They say what they actually think in one conversation. They keep one appointment they would have cancelled. They sit with one uncomfortable feeling instead of managing it away. They remember one thing they used to love. It does not feel radical from the outside, but from the inside, it changes everything.